Number 15, the Kool-Aid Man. The Kool-Aid Man was responsible for millions of dollars in damages from the 1970s to the early 1990s, often being seen breaking through walls and terrorizing their residents in these home invasions. He has also been seen committing arson on the home of the Capri Sun CEO, screaming, "Oh yeah," as the building toppled down. The Kool-Aid Man was found dead near the area, suffering from third-degree burns inflicted by the falling debris and severe head trauma. The victim of the attack was found with second and third degree burns over 90% of his body, though fortunately he was admitted to a hospital and recovered 15 months later. The good news is that we can sleep at night knowing that the Kool-Aid Man can't harm people anymore. Number 14, Dr. Robotnik. Sworn enemy of the planet Mobius, Dr. Robotnik is known for streaking across military establishments, screaming his infamous catchphrase "Pingus" at the top of his lungs. Agent Gunn, a league of highly trained bounty hunters, have attempted to apprehend Dr. Robotnik, though all who have tried mysteriously disappeared, never to be seen again. Dr. Robotnik has also been targeted by PETA agents for stealing Blue Jays and keeping them in capsules. Dr. Robotnik has been declared as one of FBI's most wanted and is currently a registered sex offender, often seen meddling and fighting with underage characters and breaking into children's bedrooms. Authorities are still on the lookout for Robotnik and have released a $500 reward for his capture, dead or alive. Number 13, Rick Astley. Known for the 2020 YouTube cyber attacks throughout the COVID-19 pandemic, Rick Astley was the mastermind behind mass virus attacks that plagued the internet known as Rickrolls. To those who are unaware, Rickrolls were small video clips of a man singing and dancing, with the file amassing 15 petabytes. These videos would be sent to unsuspecting victims through hyperlinks, and those unfortunate enough to click on them would be DDoSed, causing their computers to spontaneously combust, killing a reported 16 people in computer explosions. Police identified Rick Astley's location and sent a SEAL team over to bag and tag him. The case has been classified by the US government agencies, though leaked information can be found on internet forums. I do not suggest that you try to dig into the details, though I personally cannot stop you. Number 12, Greg Heffley. A terrifying example of a good kid gone bad, Greg Heffley shot up Westmore Middle School on April 7th, 2010 as a retaliated attack against his classmates, leading to multiple people dead and even more injured. After his rampage, Greg Heffley handed himself to the police. When asked in court why he committed the attack, he simply told the police to look at his diary before telling them to leave him alone. The contents of the diary horrified them. 3 whole pages of the diary consisted of a hit list that Greg had made for his classmates, with 2 of them, 11-year-old Raleigh Jefferson and 12-year-old Josh Prinsley, on a priorities list. He had drawn pictures in his diary of him violently dismembering his classmates, among other alarming illustrations. He was given a life sentence on charges of first-degree mass murder and is currently regarded as the youngest school shooter ever known. Number 11, Dr. Pudis. Arch enemy of the aforementioned Dr. Robotnik, Dr. Pudis has been spotted around metropolitan areas, causing terror and mayhem to those unfortunate enough to come across him. He has been the subject of police investigation for years after taking a kid's ice cream cone, causing major psychological trauma to the kid, who is still alive to this day. Dr. Pudis has been deemed as a hyper-intelligent sociopath who revels in the suffering of others, often boasting that he is the most dangerous person in the entire world. Dr. Pudis has also been seen getting into fights with other villains, the most notable being when he interrupted the KSI vs. Logan Paul fight to challenge Dr. Robotnik to a 1v1 no-scopes only deathmatch. Thankfully, Dr. Pudis ultimately lost, but that's even worse. We can only be grateful that Dr. Pudis was defeated and we will never have to deal with him ever again. Number 10, Lord Businessman. A tyrant by design, Lord Businessman, aka the man upstairs, was responsible for the Taco Tuesday regime, in which he took unwilling subjects and glued them to the streets in order to match his perfect vision of a society. He has also used various mental torture and brainwashing techniques, which is how he got various minions of his, including Bad Cop, his second in command. He has also manufactured Everything is Awesome, a synthesizer track containing subliminal messaging that was meant to make his citizens more obedient. The track was known to cause nausea and psychotic delusions, making them easy to manipulate using various means of propaganda. Lord Businessman was violently overthrown by a militia of master builders, thus ending his reign of terror. People believe that he could still be out there, but we just have to hope for now. Number 9. Ronald McDonald. A short-tempered psycho posing as a friendly business mascot, Ronald McDonald has waged multiple fast food wars against other restaurants that dared to oppose him. Ronald McDonald has also been seen harassing elderly men and brutally massacring a children's play place, among other sickening acts of violence against those he deems inferior. He has also sent death threats to other food vendors, as stated by victims of Ronald McDonald who were put into witness protection, and has even gotten into wars with the Burger King, causing multiple fatalities between both sides. Ronald McDonald was also responsible for a chicken store shooting, which led to 6 people dead. The following is a small clip of the surveillance footage. Police are still trying to take Ronald McDonald into custody, but until he is caught, we will only have to hope he doesn't come for us. Number 8. The Hamburglar. A sick psycho, the Hamburglar would often break into the homes of loving families and steal their hamburgers. He was caught on multiple occasions breaking into orphanages and stealing live hamburgers so that he could eat or sell them on the black market. He is known for the McDonaldland University sack, where he broke into a criminal justice classroom and rolled hamburgers out on a cart to cause mass panic to the public. Police have attempted to arrest him, though he has always managed to evade apprehension. The Hamburglar's name still lives on, and people still fear when he will strike next. Number 7. The number 7. The number 7 is known as a cannibal, often cited for 789 as a cautionary tale told to children. The things they did to other numbers were horrific. An eyewitness account provided by the number 6 states that the number 7 would lure other numbers into their home before viciously slaughtering and eating them. Police raided the home of the killer after receiving a call from a distressed neighbor and found multiple bloody instruments and the mutilated corpse of the number 9. The number 7 was taken into police custody and sentenced to death on March 12, 2005, with its last words being, "Why was 6 afraid of 7 before being euthanized?" The following is a 911 transcript of the phone call, and the contents may be disturbing to some viewers.
911, what's your emergency?
Yes, police. I'd like to report a murder.
What's your address, ma'am?
812 Four-Way Drive. Oh God, he's eating her.
Who's eating who?
My friend. The bastard killed and ate my friend. I can see him through the window. Shit, I think he just saw me. I'm freaking out. Please help.
Who saw you, ma'am?
The killer. Oh God, he's coming towards my house. Send the police quick.
Hey, stay calm, ma'am. The police are on their way.
Number 6. Ouija. Number 5. Goofy. A twisted child murderer, Goofy pled guilty in court on January 4th, 2017 to shooting up an elementary school. The motivations behind his acts are still unknown, but speculations among the public point to mental illness. When asked about his motivations, Goofy would simply laugh uncontrollably and yell murder at the top of his lungs. Parents of the kids held a candle lighting at the elementary school, gathering thousands of supporters to revere the lives of the dead children. He was convicted of mass murder and is currently spending 25 years to life with no possibility of parole. The following is an artist's depiction of the court transcript and audio, where Goofy can be seen laughing about his actions and the way they affected the multitudes of families suffering from grief. Viewer discretion is advised.
Will the suspect please take the stand? Mr. Goofy, is it? Mr. Goofy, you are here today being charged with mass homicide. And your lawyer is here, present, am I correct?
Yes, I'm his lawyer, Joe Rosenberg. I'll be representing Goofy today in court.
Now, from what I see here, there is strong evidence supporting the mass shooting. It looks like here you were caught in broad daylight on CCTV, holding an AR-7. So you're admitting that the man in this footage is you, correct? So you do admit that this very same footage right here, from the very same CCTV of you massacring a public elementary school, is you as well? Is that a yes?
Number 4. Manny Heffley. Brother of Greg Heffley, Manny Heffley takes the cake for being the most demented out of the Heffley family. He is cited for being responsible for countless mass genocides and the creation of Australia, a pocket dimension where Manny takes those he hates and torments them for all eternity. Manny is described as a 4-foot-tall, crocodile-toothed boy who wishes to kill all those in his way. He has also caused mass blackouts among various neighborhoods and taken the residents hostage, threatening to brutally execute each and every one. When Mark Sencox, a veteran hostage negotiator, asked Manny for his demands, Manny cried and said that no one ever taught him how to tie his shoes. He has also committed acts of chemical warfare, as he is confirmed to have urinated in over 14 pools. Manny was executed for war crimes by hanging. Whatever was wrong with the Heffley family, I sure hope they get help. Number 3. Evil Elmo. Most often depicted as a children's public figure, Elmo's true identity was revealed after news outlets revealed his alter ego as a sadistic murderer, showing evidence of his many vicious homicides. Elmo has been spotted on 5 different occasions brutally slaughtering people in alleyways and public places, one of his victims being Oscar the Grouch, a 62-year-old truck driver who had his head sliced off with a hunting knife. Elmo was captured by the SCP Foundation to be placed under heavy security, only to escape following a massive containment breach, causing people around the world to go into a mass panic. Elmo went on a massive killing spree before being set on fire by vigilantes, though when police arrived on scene, Elmo's body was missing, leaving behind a note stating that he would come back for revenge. Number 2. Yoda. A ketamine drug addict, Yoda is often known for his partake in the FurryCon 2008 massacre, wherein he shot countless furries with a machine gun and rocket launcher, killing over 50. He is also known as a cruel drug lord, often running over people who caused him to lose ketamine with his 2001 Honda Civic. He is also confessed to committing tax evasion, forgery, and human trafficking, though there is little evidence to support this. He confessed his crimes to a close friend of his, stating that he was gonna kill himself for all his atrocities, though police arrested him before he could fulfill this promise. Police describe him as a mentally ill lunatic with a hatred for furries or fur fags, according to Yoda. When confronted in court, the only thing Yoda said to officials was, "Rise up, gamers must. If this doesn't convince you to not take drugs, I don't know what will." Before we get on to number 1, my name is Cheddar Cheese, and if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe. If you wish to see a video made, be sure to leave a suggestion in the comments below. Furthermore, if you want me to say something in the voice, be sure to write it in the comments below as follows. I will be sure to include any suggestions in the next video. Number 1. Adolf Hitler. The most evil of them all, Adolf Hitler was responsible for the deaths of hundreds of thousands of fairy tale creatures during an event known as the Ogre Cost. He was recruited by Lord Farquaad to take out fairy tale creatures so that Lord Farquaad could expand his empire. Adolf Hitler is also known for the Dukak Town Square Massacre, wherein he murdered multiple soldiers and civilians so that he could steal the town's onion supply. He also invaded small villages in order to set them up as barracks for his soldiers and as a vantage point against his enemies, often taking the residents of the village and separating them from their families by putting them in his concentration camp. Adolf Hitler put over 45,000 fairy tale creatures in these camps and made sure that living conditions and treatment was as harsh as possible so that he could appease Lord Farquaad's sadism. Residents of a nearby village hunted him down and found his hideout, though Adolf evaded capture, never to be seen again.